What's going on, guys? Skylord Studios 005 back here again. And today I have a review of the 3 new Hasbro CX bays, being Wriggle, Kracken, Antler, Stag, and Hornet. So, all of these are retools of some kind. I don't know when we're gonna get them for Takara Tomy. But starting off with the one that aesthetically I like best is Wriggle Kracken. So this is a retool of Wizard Arc, or the Arc main blade. The Kracken lock chip I think looks pretty good. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus. There we go. I really like the Kracken lock chip. I think it looks cool. The blue mixed with the pale green looks really nice. I don't understand why they get it slashed though. Slash does kind of look odd on this. I would have rather preferred like a turn or a bumper. But it is a pink slash, so could kind of look cool on that black Brave. I think would look pretty nice. We get 385 in Orb. So this is kind of like that blue Hell's Arc that came out just without turn and with the Wriggle blade rather than the Arc blade. So let me grab the Arc blade real quick so you can compare. This one looks like it's going to be heavier because this is just flat, whereas this has bumps to it. So it has depth. But yeah, it's pretty much the same blade. The same metal piece, but let me compare it real quick. So yeah, you can see metal part is the exact same on the bottom, but very different. This has depth to it. This is just flat. So this one in theory should be heavier, but we don't really know. Yeah, going over the blades one more time. Stock-wise, Arc is still probably the better pick, but we'll do a test battle here in a bit just to see. Going over the next comparison, there's actually one that kind of surprised me because we got the Antler Stag blade, and it's kind of surprising because this is a retool of the Flame blade, which has yet to be released from Hasbro. So big difference is that it doesn't come on wheel or wall ball or 580. I don't understand why they picked 260. We could have gotten something like 560. High needle's okay, I guess. It's better than regular needle. If they would have given this regular needle, I would have probably been really upset. But stock blade wise, this is probably the best one. Now I have heard that the Stag blade is heavier than the Flame blade. More likely than not, because there are these gaps on the Flame blade that are just filled in with the Stag blade. But this is the Stag blade. So right here, it's filled in with plastic, whereas if we look at the Cerberus blade, it's not. So that does make it slightly heavier than the Flame blade. I do think this is probably the best defensive blade for CX that we have so far, aside from Eclipse. I don't have Eclipse yet, so I can't really test it. But yeah, here's a comparison. It doesn't have like the vents here. So yeah, flipping it over, you can see kind of the same thing. This feels like it's more filled in than this one. Yeah. So yeah, recomparing them real quick. You can see very kind of wacky color scheme here, whereas this one's just orange. I don't think it's going to be as good defensively, shockingly, compared to Flame, just because of High Needle and 260, whereas Wall Ball had a really good defense, and Wheel had really good defense compared to Bumper. But I'm interested to see how these two look. And now finally we have Hornet, which is a retool of Hell's Reaper. Comes on a newly covered new color 760, round and tapered. So disassembling it here. I've seen this one get a lot of flack because it has kind of like stock art of the Hornet. I don't think it's bad. I think they could have done something better with the background. But looking at the Fort blade, it's kind of a more filled in version of Hell's Reaper. That's kind of what I noticed, is that the Hasbro retools are kind of more filled in variants of the standard Takara Tomy ones. So if we keep getting this from CX, that'd be pretty cool. So you can see it's very much like hollow here, hollow here, hollow here. And it's not as much here. So it's kind of like it should in theory be a heavier version than Reaper. But comparing them, turning them around, you can see there's more plastic there. Yeah. Yeah, going over the main blades one more time. Very much bright and neon colors, whereas this is more like a clear red. I personally like Hell's Reaper better. Probably one of my favorite original CX bays. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get to testing. All right, so starting off, we're going to do Wriggle Kracken versus Wizard Arc. 3, 2, 1. So I will say Slash does kind of give Kracken the upper hand due to it having a shorter assist rate, but that 385 is really not doing any favors. So the most Kracken hope for is kind of like a tall destabilization. And considering it's orb versus low orb. And that is Kracken. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. I will say low orb is also more aggressive than regular orb, so. That is Arc 1-1. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Yeah, no, that tall height is really not great for that. That is Arc Wizard 2-1. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That is Wriggle Kracken 2-2. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Wizard Arc's very much aggressive now. That is Wizard Arc 2-2. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That is 3-2 Wizard Arc. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And that is Wriggle Kracken 3-3. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. And that is Wizard Arc takes the win. Alright, so next up, Antler Stag versus Cerberus Flame. Let's see. Neither one of these have 2 greater burst resistance, so this is going to be interesting. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. First finish for Cerberus Flame. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Stag, 2-1. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, Antler Stag. 3, 2, 1, go. Shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 5-2. Now the last game for today is going to be Fort Hornet versus Hell's Reaper. Hell's Reaper is in its upper mode, and Fort Hornet is just Fort Hornet. So let's see. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Now this is going to be okay. So 2 points right off the bat to Hell's Reaper. 3, 2, 1, shoot. 3, 2, 1, shoot. This one should be more evenly matched than any of the other two. They're about the same height and have about the same bit. The only thing that's different on them is the assist blade. Battle. And that is Fort Hornet 2-1. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. That is 2-2. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. And a shocking win of 5-2 for Fort Hornet. So overall, what are my thoughts on the Hasbro exclusive CX bays? If you haven't picked up any of the other ones, these are okay pickups. Fort Hornet, you really get the 760 and tapered 4. Reaper and Around aren't really good, or Fort and Around aren't really good for combo building. Antler Stag, you definitely get for the Antler blade, being a heavier version of Flame. Bumper's okay, but the other 2 parts are just not great. And Wriggle Kracken's probably going to be the hardest one to sell, because yes, it comes with a pink slash, yes, it comes with a pink orb, but Arc isn't that great unless you want to pair it with Bumper for assist, or Wriggle isn't that great unless you pair it with Bumper as the assist blade. But I think aesthetically it's the best looking one. What were your guys' thoughts on these 3 Hasbro originals? What do you guys think they're going to do echoes of next? I'm kind of surprised we didn't get an Echo of Dark first thing. That's one of the ones I expected them to lead with, was like, okay, Dark should be relatively an easy Echo to make. But they actually start out with Flame, which is a very late game blade. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.